Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a patch note review video for patch version 38.1, the patch that I played in, was told about, completely forgot, and rediscovering now. Yeah. Alright ladies and gentlemen, I'm equally as excited for something that I signed an NDA, but I just forget everything, so it's kind of nice, because then I just forget everything, and then I, don't have to worry about spilling my guts about stuff, so. I have good recall, so everything that's in here, I was like, oh, yeah. So, hey, here's version 38.1. It's pretty interesting things. Instant replay, it was actually very nice. The few times that I did die, well, no, I died quite a few times. It's actually pretty nice. It could be a little bit longer, from what I remember. Like, the replay could, like, go back a little bit farther, just because, the few times that I did, kind of want to use it, it didn't really do that much. So anyways, there's a whole balances, new emotes, skins, yada yada. We'll just go down to the good stuff down here just because it's nice and detailed. So general changes, instant replay has been added. The feature's on by default and you can disable it. Again, the few times that I kind of utilized it, maybe wanted to go back a little bit farther. But, it's a good start for sure. Definitely a good start. And then, yeah, so there you guys go. That should be good. Again, helping people to learn, absolutely utilize it. Learn from your mistakes. Stay optimistic, positive. Be, very much willing to discover your flaws and improve them as well. AI bots should no longer try to move into an active enemy tower's range while retreating. That makes sense. Fix for Kwang's bot throwing his sword underneath the map like a magician. Card packs, you guys can check that out. Now, Belica. She was a complete beast when I was playing her internally. She felt much more relevant. Just much more of the caster that she is. Right now, yeah. I like it anyways. So Void Bomb increased range to 1300 from 900. So I do believe it's very much like the phase the plant bomb thing. I think it's a little bit farther perhaps, or it either or it's very close to or the same to the phase flower thing. Jeez, I'm forgetting it. So that's very nice. It feels correct. Right now, it kind of felt a little short, right? Kind of felt just a little bit short. So that'll be definitely very nice. Seismic Assault, this is fantastic change. Speed of ground projectile adjusted for Monolith. Now moves 50% factor, activates 0.2 seconds faster. So not only is there that... where the animation of her taking her sword and then hitting it into the ground, that part has been sped up, and when you actually hit the ground and the seismic wave starts, it starts 0.2 seconds faster, but it moves 50% faster. So when I was playing it internally, it seemed I didn't play Belica, but the devs that were playing it, it felt very solid. Like, it was, like, reliable, and that's kind of what, it felt appropriate, I guess. It felt appropriate. Void Drone now reduces enemy mana regen by a percentage of max mana. 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%. So, depending on your mana, it's now going to be, relatively more or less effective. So, if you have, if you're against a fighter, 5% of their mana, not really all that much. But if you're up against a caster, 5%, that's a significant amount. So what that does is it's a little bit more focused. It's a little bit more focused. It is more effective on casters, which is what you want it to be, right? Whereas this is a little bit more balanced. It affects everybody equally, but the equitability is much. It's a much more equitable, if that makes sense. I hope. So 5%, right, of a caster, 1,200, 1,300 mana, base mana, that's a lot. And it's max mana. So every time you sit in there, it's like 60, 70 mana. each second, and it's like, oh, there's an extra ability that I can't use but just by standing in that for a second or two. Yeah, so that's going to be very, very nice. Make that much more relevant. Neural Disruptor ability now scales with card power. Check this out. Each point of power increases the base multiplier by 0.15%. Base multiplier has been reduced to 0.7, 0.8, 0.9 from 0.81, 1.2. So, what? So, if we just take a quick, some quick math here, each point of power, now, is that CP point? I think it's like literal point of power, like, you know, so if you are a Belica and you're going a lot of, or just, 180 power, times 0.15, 27. Plus 0.9? No, that can't be right. So is that point? Wait. That can't be right. It must be multiplicative. Multiplicative. You have 180 power times by 0.15. That times your 0.9. You're not going to do 24 times. So if somebody has 24.3, is that the multiplier? That can't be right. Each point of power increases the base multiplier. See, this is going to be, is it additive? Is it additive? Is the 0.9 increase by each point of power? So it's like plus 0.15, plus 0.15, plus, and then you do this 180 times. That can't be right. Because if you're anybody missing even 500 mana, you're not going to do 12,000 damage. That can't be right. So, each point of power, maybe that's CP points. Let's see if that makes sense. If you have 30 CP into power, that plus, it's additive would be worse. So let's see if it's multiplicative. That's still 4 times. So if you're missing 500 mana, okay, that seems much more reasonable than 15,000 damage. But still, that is an absolute insane amount. That is absolutely an insane amount. So if this is each CP point of power increases the base multiplier by this much and it's multiplicative, then that makes much more sense. But if this is literal points of power and this is additive, that's just absolutely dumb. Because then you're doing 12,000. Anyways, hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, yeah. Anyways, hopefully this isn't completely overpowered. We'll have to see what that actually ends up being in the late game, in the game. But it sounds really strong. Either way, it sounds really strong. Maybe I'm just kind of completely overlooking it, which would be appropriate to me. But hey, so a little polish and bugs for everybody. Shoot this emote. I love it. Moon. I'll just shake your rear end at the enemy. That's going to be absolutely hilarious. Hopefully, really tilts people to dive towers and stuff. They don't show the Kwong. They don't show the Kwong. They show the howitzer here, where you kind of shake your booty. Yeah. But they don't show this, so that'll be interesting to see. I feel like Richter's silence. It's a buff to his basic attack, but what happens a lot of the time for me is I go to use it, I buff my basic attack, but then I sit there for like a second and a half unable to basic attack because there's some sort of delay, there's some sort of really messed up thing. So I'm not sure if that's just a bug. Like, I'll sit there trying to use my basic attack, but he just won't basic attack because there's some weird interplay between his buffing his basic attack and then it's weird. So bug fixing. Clear Heart wasn't granting increased healing on Circle Rhythm. I have thought of doing that, but again, she's an assassin, so it's like, with high mobility, so it's like you're pretty much incentivized to go pretty much all damage, so it's kind of like, but I have thought about that. Glad to know that that's going to be in there. Steel, a big part of his balancing here, piecemeal, is this. His shield slime, his ultimate range reduced to 900 from 1500. Absolutely huge. Pretty much by 30%, by 40%, whatever that is. That's a lot. So no longer can you just kind of walk a little bit towards the enemy and use their ultimate on pretty much all of them. You got to be pretty close. You really got to commit before you use their ultimate, which, you know what? It kind of makes sense. You know, it makes it more skill-based and more strategic-based, which I like. Reduces the radius to 450 from 500. Again, the radius, so that's actually a fair amount. Well, kind of. You'll feel that. You'll feel this for sure, but you'll really feel this. And you know what? That raises the skill cap. I like that. You really got to commit before you use your ultimate, so your team really has to kind of be like, okay, Steel's going to use his ultimate, and then you really got to start engage. I like that. Really do like that change. Team comms fixed issue where using the Raptors attack Raptors and attack OP comms do not ping their respective targets. Improved field of view in resolutions with aspect ratios less than 16:9. That's good. Loot crates epic mega rare Glacierborn Rampage and Copper Beast Rampage. God, they look so good. This, especially the what do you call it? The ice? Glacierborn. So good. So good. Look at that. Jeez. So good. So guys, there you guys go. When I did play, I'm not sure if I can say what I played on, but anyways, it felt good. These changes felt good. They did. I think that this steel change increases the skill cap, which is a great thing. It's a great thing again to increase that depth in the game. This, I think, is just it was probably just needed. I'm not sure about her pick rate and her stuff like that, but you know what? For being from at Epic HQ, they know what they're doing. They really do. God, do they do so? I trust them with this. I don't really have the experience or the training to say otherwise. So it seems good. So there you guys go. Let me know what you guys think about this patch. It's pretty exciting, really pretty exciting. As some of these changes here should certainly help with the meta. You know, Steel again. He's fantastic, but a little bit more situational now. And Belica looks like she's come back. Please, ladies and gentlemen, like this video if you like it, dislike it, share it with the community, and of course, guys, subscribe. If you guys like this content, found it useful, I would love to be able to do it for you again in the future. Till next time, like always, stay optimistic and positive.